everyone. Today I want to share my views on English. In English, I want to share my views on importance of poetry and rhyming scheme. But before starting the topic, I want to share that if you are the first viewer of my channel, then please subscribe my channel and like my video and share my video also. So let's start the topic, the importance of poetry and rhyming scheme. What is poetry? A poetry is a collection of poems which is given by a poet. Okay, or poems in general. First of all, it is a collection of poems. And poetry is the extraordinary perception of the ordinary. It means that it is the feeling of the poet which is given in the poem by the poet which explain meaningful things. Okay, so poetry is the extraordinary perception of the ordinary. Okay, number third one is poetry is a form of writing that uses not only words but also form pattern of sounds, imagery and figurative language to convey the message. These are some important things in poetry. Like it is not only a writing, it is not only a words, but it is a pattern. It is a pattern of sound, it is a pattern of imagery and figurative language also, which conveys the message to us. Okay, so there is a imagination in poetry also, which poet wants to give us. Okay, like that. So good poem shows images which leaves the reader the sense of delight, awe and wonderful. It means that in the poem the reader have a in the poem, when the reader reads the poem, then it make a sense of delight, wonder and awe. Okay, and the poet want to convey the message through the poem to the reader. Okay, so it means that it's the feeling of poet that the poet wants to convey the message to the reader or anybody. Okay, so it's the feeling of the poet. Okay, so poems are literary attempts to share personal experiences and feelings. It means that, first of all, it is a literary attempt that the poet want to be share their personal experience and feelings also. In the poem, the poet wants to say something like that. It shows their feelings, that what the poem convey the message to the reader also. Okay, so a collection of words that express an emotion or idea. Okay, so in poetry, the poem shows the emotion and ideas of the poet or anybody, anything that the poet wants to have in the message in the poem. Okay, so T.S. Eliot. According to T.S. Eliot, poetry can communicate before it is understood. Okay, according to T.S. Eliot, poetry can communicate before it is understood. Okay, and according to Frost, poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. It means that in the poem, the poet wants to convey the message that it shows in the poem it shows the emotions, their thoughts and thoughts through the words. Okay, it shows the feelings. Okay, so poetry is a form of literature. Poetry is a form of literature that uses aesthetic and rhyming qualities of language. It means that in the poetry there is a aesthetic form and also a rhyming qualities of language also. Okay, such as phonetics, sound, symbolism and meter. It means that in the poem these are some important necessary things that have a very importance in the poem. That's what is symbolism, sound and also meter and also prosthetic. Okay, and also ostensibly meaning and also phonesthetic meaning these are some important things that have a very importance in the poem or poetry. Okay, like that, phonetics, aesthetics, symbolism, and meter, and also a prosaic aesthetic stable meaning. Okay, so a poem is a literary composition written by poet using this principle. So when the poet wants to write the poem, then he has to be remember these things like symbolism, like meter, like prosaic, ostable meaning, and pho- um, and and phonasthetics, sound, and symbolism. These are some important things that is very necessary in the poem. Okay, so now the elements of poetry. Number 1, line break. Number 2, stanza. Number 3, rhythm and rhyme. Number 4, repetition. Number 5, imagery. Okay, number 1, line break. What is line break? Where each line of text ends in a poem. What is line break? Where each line of text ends in a poem. Okay, stanza, a group of lines within a poem. A group of lines is called stanza, which is in the poem. Rhythm and rhyme, a pattern of stressed syllables of rhyming words. It means that it is a stressed syllable of rhyming words. It's a rhythm or rhyme. Okay, so number 4, repetition. Lines or words that are repeated in a poem usually shows importance. Okay, lines or words. These are some lines or words that are repeated in the poems. It means that it has a many importance in the poem. Okay, usually shows importance. Number 5, imagery. Using words to paint a picture using 5 senses. It's the imagination of the poem that from which medium the poet wants to convey the message. Okay. Onomatopoeia. Words that make a sound. What is onomatopoeia? Words that make a sound. Number 7, alliteration. Using same sound or letter at the beginning of words or lines. It means that using same sound or letter in the beginning of words or lines. Okay, these are some elements of poetry like line break, stanza, rhythm, rhyme, repetition, imaginary, onomatopoeia, and alliteration. Now the types of poem. The types of poem. Number 1, sonnet. Number 2, hacker. Number 3, sestina. Number 4, the villainy. Number 5, the acrotic. Number 6, the algae. These are some. Number 1, sonnet. What is sonnet? Sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. Okay, sonnet is a poem of 14 lines in which we use formal rhyme scheme. Which is typically having 10 syllables per line. Okay, these are some three points in sonnet, that it is a poem of 14 lines. Okay, and in the sonnet we use formal rhyme scheme. And number 3, it's having a 10 syllables per line. Number 2, the hacker. It is a unrhymed verse. It is a unrhymed verse form of Japanese origin. It's very important. The hacker, Haker, hacker, and it is a unrhymed verse form of Japanese origin, which has a 3 lines containing usually 5, 7, and 5 syllables respectively. It means that these are having 3 lines containing usually 5, 7, and 5 syllables respectively. Okay, and number 3, the sestina. A poem with 6 stanza of 6 lines. It means that what is this sestina? Sestina is a poem of 6 stanza of 6 lines. It means that in sestina there is a 6 stanza and 6 lines, and a final triplet, all stanzas having the same 6 words. Having the same 6 words at the line ends in 6 different sequence, and having a 6 different sequence. It's very important that in sestina a poem having a 6 stanza, having a 6 lines, and in final template having a stanza of 6 words at a line ends in 6 different sequence. Okay, so number 4, the villainy. A French verse. It is a French verse form. It is a French verse form. The vilaine is a French verse form which is consist of 5 3-line stanza, and it consists of 5 3-line stanza and final quatrain with the first and third line of first stanza repeating alternatively. Okay, and number 5, the acrostic. It is a poem, word puzzle, okay, or other composition in which certain letters in each line form a word or words. Okay, it means that it is a poem in which word puzzle is used and a composition is used in which certain letter in each line form a word or words. Okay, number 6, the elegy, a poem of serious reflection, typically a lament of the dead. It means that it is a poem of very sadness, like in which the poet want to show its sorrow. Okay, like that. Number 8, concrete poetry, a poetry in which the poet intent is conveyed by graphic pattern of letters. It means that in concrete poetry there is a message okay, and in the poem the graphic pattern of letter, words or symbols is used. Okay, concrete poetry. Okay, and number 9, the limerick, a light or humorous verse, form of 5 chiefly anapathetic verse, of which lines 1, 2 and 5 are of these feet, and lines 3 and 2 feet with a rhyme, sections, repetition, and the rhyming scheme is in the limerick AABBA. It means that limerick is a humorous verse form. Okay, and there is a 5 chiefly anapathetic verse in the poem. Like that, line 1, 2 and 5 are of their 3 feet, and lines 3 and 4 are of 2 feet with a rhyme scheme AABBA. And like that, in concrete poem, it is a poem in which a graphic pattern of letter, words and symbol is used. By meaning of words, conventional arrangement is used. It means that in concrete poetry, the conventional arrangement is used. Okay, so these are some types of poetry or poem. Okay, now the rhyme. What is rhyme? A rhyme is a repetition of similar sound, usually exactly the same sound in the final stressed syllable and only following syllables of 2 or more words. Okay, but before repeating this, I want to share that if you are the first viewer of my channel, then please subscribe my channel, like my video and share my video also. Okay, so let's start the rhyme. A rhyme is a repetition of similar sound. First of all, rhyme is a repetition of similar sound. Okay, rhyme is a repetition of similar sound, usually exactly the same sound. Okay, it means that it shows the same sound in the final stressed syllables. It shows the same sound in the final stressed syllables and any following syllables of 2 or more words. Any following syllables of 2 or more words. It means that rhyme is a repetition of similar sound. It shows the same sound in a final stressed syllables. Okay. Now, most often the kind of perfect rhyming is consciously used for musical or aesthetic effect. It means that it is used in the form of musical or aesthetic form in the final position of the lines within the poems or a song. It means that it is used in the form of music, a musical or aesthetic effect. Okay, for example, little boy blue, come blow your horn. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep in the meadows, the cow in the corn. I repeated, little boy blue, come blow Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep in the meadow, the cow in the corn. Okay. Now I have some important questions. What are rhyming words and their examples? Rhyming words are two or more words that have the same or similar ending sound. It means that which have a same or similar ending sound are called rhyming words. Which have a same or similar ending sound are called rhyming words. Okay. Some examples are given below, like that, goat, boat, moat, float, coat. Okay, when you are figuring out if two words rhyme, use your ears to listen as you say the words. If they sound the same or similar, they rhyme. It means that rhyming words are the same or similar ending sound. I given the example, and we have to be listen very carefully that if the word has a same rhyming scheme. Okay, like goat, boat, moat, float, and coat. Like in these words, the last ending words are GOAT, BOAT, MOAT, FLOAT, COAT, coat. Okay, like that. Now rhyming words list. Number 1, cat, sat, bat. Number 2, ball, fall, tall. I have some rhyming words list that I have to given to you. Okay, now the first one is cat, sat, bat. Ball, fall, tall. Ride, kite, height. These are a same sound, same ending sound. Okay, owl, towel, and growl. Bore, for, roar. Rock, chalk, hawk. Face, place, race. Boat, coat, float. All, ball, call. Cave, gave, save. Jump, bump, lump. Day, stay, hay. Hole, mole, stole. Hot, not, caught. Cook, look, hook. Seed, feed, weed. Map, sap, lap. Skip, grip, lip. Wit, hit, sit. Love, dove, glove. Bird, herd. Red, bad, sad. Happy, nappy, sappy. Well, sell, tell. Hill, will, kill. Hide, tide, wide. Singing, wing, king. Cow, how, now. Kick, pick, lick. Add, add. Blue, blue. Blue, blue. Bear, bear. Days, days. DAYS, DAZ. Flee, flee. FLEE. Red, red. READ, red. RED, red. Right, right. Made, made. Peace, peace. PEACE, PIECE. Pale, pale. PAIL, PALE. Design, rain. Okay, so these are some rhyming words that have a same ending sound, but okay. Now the next one is very, very, very. Wool, fool. Rig, dig. Patter, matter. Soon, moon. Hope, pope. Make, cake. Hero, zero. Change, range. Collar, taller. Bridge, fridge. Seat, feet. Pen, men. Win, bin. Sand, band. Bag, rag. Moat, coat, goat. Dish, wish. Main, pain. Beat, greet. 7, heaven. 9, wine. 10, hen. 4, door. 3, tree. 2, shoe. 6, sticks. 8, steak. Okay, so these are some rhyming words that I want to give to you. So in this so it's all about the topic, and in this topic I have shared you the some about my points about poetry, like elements of poetry, types of poetry, and also rhyming words, what is rhyme, and rhyming word scheme. So please share my video, like my video, and subscribe my channel, and thanks.